everyone, myself Soumya Butale and my topic is Doctrine of Caveat Emptor. The Doctrine of Caveat Emptor. The Doctrine of Caveat Emptor is an integral part of the Sales of Goods Act. The Act came into force on 1st July 1930. The Indian Sales of Goods Act follows the English Sales of Goods Act. The term caveat emptor is a Latin word which means let the buyer beware. According to this, it is the duty of the buyer to check the quality and the usefulness of the product he is purchasing. Originally, the law relating to the Sales of Goods Act contained in the Indian Contract Act 1872. The same was repeated and reenacted by the Sales of Goods Act 1930. This principle states that it is for the buyer to satisfy himself that the good which he is purchasing are of the quality which he requires. If the buyer buys a goods for a particular purpose, he must satisfy himself that they are fit for that purpose. It is not the seller duty give the buyer that good which are fit for a particular purpose of the buyer. If a buyer makes a wrong selection, he cannot blame the seller if a goods turn out to be a defective or do not serve his purpose. Exception to the doctrine of the caveat emptor. The following are the exception to the doctrine of caveat emptor. First one, in case of the misrepresentation by the seller. Second one, in case of cancelment of a latent defect. Third one, in case of the sale by the description. Fourth one, in case of the sale by sample. Fifth one, in case of mercantile quality. Sixth one, usage of trade. And the last, seventh one, consent by fraud. Let us understand one by one. First one, in case of the misrepresentation by the seller, where the seller makes a misrepresentation and the buyer relies on that representation. Second one, in case of the cancelment of the latent defect, where the seller knowingly cancels a defect which would not be discovered on a reasonable examination. And third one, in case of sale by description. The rule of caveat emptor does not apply in a case where the goods are bought by the description from a seller. Fourth one, in case sale by sample. The rule of caveat emptor does not apply if the buyer is not given an opportunity to compare bulk with sample. And fifth one, in case of mercantile quality, where the goods are bought by a description from a seller who deals in a goods of that description, whether he is a manufacturer, producer or not. There is an implied condition on that good should be mercantile quality. Sixth one, usage of trade, where the usage or a trade annexes an implied condition or a warranty as to the quality or fitness for a particular purpose and the seller deviates from that, then this rule of caveat emptor does not apply. Sixth and seventh one, that is consent by fraud, where the seller makes a false statement intentionally to the buyer and a buyer relies on it, where the seller knowingly cancels the defects in the goods, the doctrine of caveat emptor does not apply. These were the exceptions of the doctrine of caveat emptor. Now, the conclusion. The buyer must protect his or her own interest when making a purchase or transaction. If the buyer fails to perform the necessary actions, he or she will not be entitled to any remedies for a damage in case the purchased product showed a significant damage. Hence, the buyer has to be careful while purchasing the goods of his requirement and in the absence of the inquiry from the buyer, the seller is not bound to disclose every defect in the good. Thank you for watching.